What is up, YouTube? I'm Shotgun Shogun, and welcome to the Winter Snowdown Bracket Breakdown. Now, we have spent months waiting for this. We went through the November Cup. We went through the October Cup. If you remember, we have the winners from the September Showdown coming back. We waited for the end of the season, and we picked out 32 of some of the best players in the entire game to compete in the Winter Snowdown for $2,000. That's right, the biggest pot so far in E7 tournament history. Not only that, but it is also going to be partially sponsored by Smilegate. We're going to have some Sky Stones for the contestants. We're also going to have some Sky Stones for chat. We're going to have gift cards for chat. We're going to have betting. We're going to have predictions. We're going to have all kinds of stuff, but that's not what you're here for. You want to know who is going to be participating in this tournament. And we're going to jump into that right now. Going into the first match of the day is going to be Claire versus Aetherbulge. These are going to be two fleet representatives. Claire placing Legend 22, Aetherbulge placing Legend 4. Playstyle for Claire is Bruiser, Tank, Stall, and Cleave. Biggest competition, Aetherbulge, who is apparently a woman beater, because Claire is known as Fleet's woman brain with woman gear and woman strats, inferior apparently to the other 29 men in the guild. Now, whether that is true or not, we will find out. But Aetherbulge, Tank, Stall, known for it. Biggest competition in the tournament, Lazy. He indicates, Lazy, can you teach me how to build Crow Alencia, ML Crow, ML Luluka, Blue Chloe, and especially Enot, Gunther, Doris, Flitica, Firelitica, Blue Kisei, Blue Rose, ML Yuna, who doesn't exist yet, G Purges, SSB, Cigarette, and Karen. He has heard that, Lazy, you are a very highly rated free-to-play RTA player and wants to see what you can do for his account. But that is going to be our first match of the day. It's going to be a very big one too. Aetherbulge obviously ending Legend 4, probably one of the most prolific Legend RTA players out there right now, but the Tank Stall team meta has shifted just a little bit, so it will be interesting to see what Aetherbulge brings to this. Claire a little bit more versatile in the Bruiser, Tank Stall, Cleave type of drafting, so we will see what happens with this fight. Moving into the next fight, this is going to be Moozy, the angriest player in all of Brazil, versus Potatoballs. Now, Potatoballs is going to be representing YD's guild, Whale. Moozy going to be representing Sage. Now, Moozy did get second place in the November Cup Champions Cup, giving him a place in this tournament. Very solid play style. Plays Bruisers, which I'm very familiar with. Obviously, most people are, because a lot of people play Bruisers these days, but his biggest competition in this is containing his unbridled rage, as he has to go up against Potatoballs, who did end Legend 51. His playstyle is Bruiser, Cleave, which I know there's a little bit more to that, because Potatoballs is one of my nemesi. We fought a lot in season 1. Unfortunately, didn't get to fight him much in season 2, so it will be interesting to see what he brings into the tournament and into season 3. He does play that Bruiser, Cleave. His biggest competition, he indicates, is going to be Sui Stark, and he also wants to let people know that he needs help, because apparently Sui has held him captive in the dark side sad face emoji. Now, I don't know exactly what that means, but hopefully in this tournament, Potatoballs can win his freedom from Sui Stark. Now, the next one is going to be DOB the World versus the Washable Platypi. Now, Platy did make his way through in the October tournament. He did also finish Legend as well. Dio, however, did finish Legend 11. Very impressive. He is going to be representing Mori, whereas Platy is going to be representing Veritas boys. Dio plays the tank stall meta versus Platy, who plays Bruiser. So we will be able to see here if Platy is able to break the tank stall meta. Maybe he's got something cooked up in here. Platy does indicate that his biggest competition is everyone, and he is ready for his round 1 exit, whereas Dio, he really didn't answer this, but his biggest competition obviously is Zawarudo, but don't count him out. New to the tournaments, very interested to see what he brings in. I did play against him a few times in the latter season 1. He was more of a cleave player, obviously switched to the tank stall, you know, cleaving more or less with ML Crow and a Tywin most likely. So it'll be interesting to see how his tournament debut kicks off in these matches. Now for the People's Champ, the next one, returning second place September Showdown winner, Bootypop XXX, coming all the way up through the Champions Cup previously to take second place in the last major tournament. Bootypop kind of rocked the tournament representing Mori. He did get, like I said, that second place. Very interesting picks. The green Asteria coming out, very, very solid. He does play a Bruiser play style, saving that Broman until the very, very end. But he has had months of tournament not being there, so it'll be interesting to see what Bootypop brings out this time around. His biggest competition is going to be Sheok. Now, will we see the battle for first and second place that we previously saw in the last tournament? It will be interesting to see these two titans go at it yet again. He does indicate that Fleet is recruiting PM Lazy for more information. Now, Bootypop is, however, going to have to go up against Light, and Light is the speed of Light, representing Fleet, placed up in Legend. We all know Light has been in quite a few different tournaments. We talk about how fast Light is. Playstyle is obviously tank stall, and by that I mean cleave. Light is a cleave player, and his biggest competition, he fears no man, but he does fear slowing down. ML Sigrid also apparently is OP, so it will be interesting to see how those two square off in the first round. A lot of people are pulling for Bootypop XXX. It'll be interesting, like I said, to see what he has been in the lab working on since his last tournament appearance. Now, going into the next one, we are going to have Sui Stark versus Zazen 2. Now, Sui was the winner of the October tournament as well as rank 30 legend. He is known for playing Bruiser, tank stall, and control, but mostly knights. Lots of knights. Knights. Representing the Life Guild, his biggest competition are cleavers / spit. Now, Zazen is going to be representing the Weebs Guild, placed 23 in Legend, so not a slouch in the slightest. Also has a very, very strong counter RB, which I have gone up against. Also have heard that he's an adept of the Kisei cult gang, so it will be pretty interesting to see how that goes, because where Sui plays Bruiser tank stall control, Zazen plays Bruiser tank stall cleave. So will we see the biggest competition here, the cleavers, come out on top? His biggest competition, however, for Zazen, undisclosed, keeping it close to the chest, doesn't want to give his opponents too much of an advantage here. Now, speaking of advantages, we're going to go to the next one, and this is Liminal. Liminal is going to be representing Life as well. Third place November Champ Cup winner. Tank stall control Bruisers. His biggest competition is his anxiety. His biggest strength, DDoSing his opponents. Liminal has been in quite a few tournaments. A lot of people know Liminal. He's been in the Champ Cups. He's been in the majors. He is going to be trying to take take it home this time around. However, he is going to be going up against Hyperion Dawn, who is going to be representing Fleet. Season placement, legend rank 44. He plays Bruiser Tank Stall. His biggest competition is himself, and he also indicates that Fleet is recruiting. You may want to PM Lazy. You can also most likely PM Hyperion Dawn as well. Now, I have fought both of these players in the ladder as well as outside of the ladder. I've fought Liminal before, but very, very strong players, both of them very similar draft styles, so it will be interesting to see how this one plays out. I haven't seen Hyperion play in quite a bit, but I am very familiar with Liminal, obviously, so it'll be interesting to see what Liminal has in his kit that he is bringing this time around to the tournament. Is it going to be more DDoSing? What kind of liminal gear is he going to be pulling out, and can Hyperion overcome the liminal gear, which Liminal does say this is Vinny's meta, we're just living in it. So we'll see if Hyperion can overcome the Vinny meta that Liminal is going to be bringing. Now, the next one, and I'm probably going to screw this name up because is it Omex or is it I am EX? You can let me know because I didn't ask you beforehand, but another Fleet boy. That's right, placed legend rank 17, bruiser playstyle. His biggest competition is his guildies because he wants them to win. Also, Deviance is recruiting. Now, this is going to be one of the harder matches for them because they're up against Kilo 408. From what I remember from the last tournament, biggest simp in Fleet, self-proclaimed. Placement legend rank 17, so these are two very high legend players going at it. Both players bruiser players, so we will see a slug out knockdown slugfest, drag out knockdown slugfest. There you go, between Kilo and Omex. That's what I'm gonna call you, probably wrong, but biggest competition is Omex for Kilo, so they are each other's biggest competition here. Also, Kilo would like to say, cute e-girl from Whale, notice me please. If you would like to notice Kilo, please let us know and we will pass that along, or just hit him up directly. You know what, he would very much appreciate it. Very much looking forward to Kilo in here. Rank 9, rank 17. Did I say 14 and 44 and 17? I probably did because I was looking at the wrong lines. Kilo, I apologize in advance because I probably screwed that up and I'm not going to edit this out, but you were legend rank 9. That's right, top 10 versus 17. So this is going to be a really, really amazing fight. But speaking of top 10 players, the next fight is going to be Suck versus Agile. Agile. We'll go with Agile. Suck coming in from Deviance, legend rank 7. Not only that, but placed very high in the last main tournament as well. Playstyle is Bruiser. Biggest competition is Cyberpunk, and trust me, I understand that one personally. Been a big competitor for me as well. But up against Agile, and Agile's coming from Life, so this could be Deviance versus Light. Legend rank was 54. Playstyle Tank Stall. Biggest competition is going to be Sui Stark. And just going to say, Agile's advice to everybody out there is just swipe harder, man. Whereas Suck just says, you know what, don't bet on him. But I would, actually. I would. We'll see. We'll see how this one goes out. Haven't seen Agile play before. I have seen and played against Suck quite a few times, and very, very strong. Obviously, ending Legend 7 is no slouch whatsoever. So Agile does have his work cut out for him in this matchup. Now, the next one, Malona versus Edward. These are going to be a Lifeboy versus Veritas. Malona, legend rank 10. Edward, legend rank 50. Bruiser versus Stall. And Malona, though, worried about Agile. And apparently, all of Malona's homies hate Jinx. That's what I hear. That's what I hear. I don't know how many homies Malona has, but Jinx, just so you know, all of them hate you. Every last one of them. Edward, however, like I said, rank 50, his biggest competition is going to be the Life Goons, and right out of the gate going up against Malona from Life, and gonna be really, really rough, right? Because, well, they're all super, super good players, but Edward wants to give a big shout out to Easy Clap. There you go. There's your shout out. Now, going into the man, the myth, the legend, Lazy, representing the guild Mori, however, still working as a fleet recruitment officer. Dual role, fantastic. Legend rank 11, playing the tank stall meta. Biggest competitor, Solara. I completely understand that one. Solara, very, very strong. Lazy wants to let you know that they're indeed RNG carried. So going up against Lazy is going to be Prey, and this is another Mori representative here. Legend rank 50, playstyle bruiser, biggest competitor, War Champs. So this will be Mori versus Mori, brother versus brother. Is Lazy going to go over to Fleet after this as the official recruitment officer? We'll find out after this tournament. But the next matchup here is going to be Snow versus Denton, and this is going to be a very, very solid matchup here. Snow, Fleet, Legend, Bruiser, biggest competitor, also War Champs. You guys can just say that RNG is your biggest competitor here because, well, we all know War Champs RNG, so yeah, just say that. But Denton, coming in from Free Havoc, 4th place in the November Cup, has an amazing Fire Ravi. I absolutely love to see it. Plays Bruiser, very stall Bruiser, however. Also, I believe has a very good Iseria as well. Biggest competitor, that's like asking a rat if it's more scared of a lion or a tiger. Aetherbulge, though, if he had to pick. So interesting here. Denton definitely going to be the dark horse in this tournament, coming in through the November Champions Cup placement. Very, very solid player though. Bruiser, not the biggest roster, but I am interested to see how Denton manages in the main tournament. If nothing else, gonna be great to have him here. He definitely earned his way in. Now, Jinx versus Careless. Now, I'm super excited for this one. I always enjoy watching Jinx play. I've always been a big Jinx fan. Also a big fan of Careless as well. So let's see Life versus Mori here. Now, Jinx Legend, Careless didn't actually climb this season. He made his way up through the October Champs Cup, but Careless, absolute legend player. Maybe he just didn't like the border this time around. I don't think he actually tried to climb. Could correct me if I'm wrong, Careless. But regardless, Jinx versus Careless. Jinx, Bruiser, Tank Stall, Control, doesn't put Cleave in there. I miss Cleave, Jinx. I miss Cleave, Jinx. Jinx, when are you going to come back and Cleave? Regardless, Careless, very, very versatile player. Bruiser, Tank Stall, Cleave, Control. He plays all of it. Biggest competitor for Jinx is going to be Shuffles. Not that Shuffles is in the tournament, but Jinx indicates that his biggest competitor is going to be Shuffles. So Shuffles, just so you know, Jinx has you as the biggest competition. Careless, however, is going to say himself. Now, he said myself, which at first I thought that was maybe another player and they were really good, but I looked it up and they're not. So Careless was literally just saying himself. So he also indicates that this space is for rent. Now, Jinx wants to let you guys know that you guys need to grow some testicular fortitude and talk that S to his face if you want to chirp. You're the laughing stock of the RTA scene with your 4 tanks and Ruel, and you chirp at Jinx. Maybe you should sign up for some coaching. If you wonder why people get mad at life as a guild, it's people like you that make people feel that way. Grow up. So that is Jinx's message to all of those of you in life that want to chirp at Jinx. But Jinx versus Careless, gonna be a very solid match. I'm interested to see what they pull out. Now, RNG himself, War Champs, the man with the magical Charles that I love watching come out. We don't get to see it as much. I think it's just waiting there. That's the trump card for War Champs, representing Fleet. Placement, champ, but rank 1. That's right. Winner of the November Cup as well. Plays Bruiser Tank Stall. Biggest competition is going to be Aetherbulge. Indicates that I will beat legend players as a champ player. I like your moxie. However, you're up against Solara round 1. Solara representing life, legend player, bruiser, cleave, control. Biggest competition, Jinx, best cleaver on global. I'll completely agree with Solara on that. Now, I've seen Solara play some really, really weird stuff, and absolutely love to see it. Jinx, best control or best cleaver, so already has Solara. You know, I'm rooting for you on there. But people say RNG happens to them, but what if they are the RNG? So this is going to be a really, really tough matchup here. Solara, very strong player. However, War Champs also still very, very strong as well. Actually, pretty much everybody in this tournament is really strong. So I could just say that over and over and over again, and it wouldn't be wrong. Now, the next matchup is one that I'm really looking forward to. This is Panchuy versus Iconic. Now, Iconic is somebody that I wanted to get into the tournaments for a hot minute now. Panchuy, legend rank 18. However, Iconic, legend rank 6. Iconic has some of the most interesting, weird builds I've ever seen in my life. It's actually insane. Sometimes he shows me things and I'm just like, why would you do this? Why? What are you doing? What are you doing with this unit? Iconic. I love it. But he is a man unto himself in his builds. Very weird, very tanky, plays bruiser, Panchuy, bruiser, cleave, control, coming from life. So life versus Mori again. Biggest competition is going to be himself. Again, like I said, myself. That's what they put in there. So, but Iconic's biggest competition, apparently Panchuy. So we'll see how this one goes. Iconic, legend rank 6. It takes a lot to get up there, and every time I've went up against Iconic, very interesting builds, very, very strong player. Love to see it. However, Panchuy just wants to let you guys know that in case of an investigation by any federal entity or similar, he does not have any involvement with the Life Guild. He does not know how he's there, probably added by a third party, and he does not support any actions by the members of that group. All responsibilities will be taken by Solara and Jinx. So just a heads up for any of the federal entities that may be looking for Panchuy. So we're going to be moving on to the last 2 matches here. The first of the last 2 going to be K-On! 3 versus Elve Mage. Now, legend rank 17 versus legend rank 33. They're going to be coming from Zodiac and Revenant. Now, tank stall bruiser for K-On! I don't know about that. What we saw in the previous major was cleave control. What I've seen in the latter, cleave control. Maybe K-On! Is trying to bamboozle us here, but maybe he has switched to the bruiser tank stall teams. His biggest competition is going to be everybody, and he also apparently misses the cleave K-On! But will we see it return against Elve Mage? Like I said, the rank 33 bruiser tank stall as well. Biggest competition, everybody. Actually, both of them put everybody in their biggest competition, but I don't think that's true. Elve Mage did want to give me a shout out here and the whole community for making this and other tournaments possible, because we are esports boys. Thank you, Elve Mage. Super really looking forward to seeing this. I do want to see that K-On! Cleave control come out. Very, very fun and awesome to watch. Also, K-On! Very amazing drafter. Will draft circles around you. But the last match, Sheok versus Zoetma, and this is going to be another Zodiac player, Sheok, the returning champ from the previous major, versus Zoetma, legend rank 33, coming from Midgard, bruiser player versus bruiser player. Sheok worried about Kaon, however, Zodi worried about Sheok. That's right, washed up defending champ Sheok is going to be coming back for another round. Can he pull it off again? I would love to see him roll through everything. Sheok, very, very strong player, and going up against yet another strong player. However, Zodi does indicate that all he wants for Christmas is a new 20 plus speed gear. I think everybody wants Santa Claus to bring them some 20 plus speed gear, but there you guys have it. That is the bracket. Now, something else that I want to let you guys know about. We're going to be able to do predictions. Now, if you go to the link in the description, and this will be up for a little bit before the tournament starts. It will be locked as soon as the tournament starts. But if you go over to the link, you can enter predictions. Now, there will be prizes for the people who get the highest points on the predictions, gift cards, sky stones, stuff like that. Like I mentioned at the very beginning, we are being sponsored by Smilegate for some sky stones. I don't know the exact amount yet, but we will be giving out sky stones to the participants of the tournament, 4th, 5th, and 6th. The prize pool is 1,000 for first place, 500 for second place, 250 for third place, and then 250 in gift cards for chat and the prediction participants. Now, we will also have sky stones to give out, and all of that will be broken down further as we go. I'll also probably put it in the description as well. So make sure you guys are going over there. You're doing the predictions. We're gonna have the betting up during the tournament as well. I know a lot of people enjoyed that the last time around. It also is kind of interesting to see how people feel in each of those matches, especially as the matches go along. So definitely make sure that you are there this Friday, what did I say? I messed it up the last time. It's the 18th, 7 p.m. EST on my Twitch channel, The Real Shotgun Shogun. That's also down below. The 19th and the 20th, we will be starting at 2 p.m. EST. I will most likely be live 30 minutes before the tournament, going over the previous day, making sure that we are all ready to go, and just talking about what it is that we're seeing and what we expect to see. I do think that we are going to see a lot of different meta units this time around because, well, after the balance patches, after season 2, with people trying out a lot of different things in preseason, we're in for a little bit of interesting play. So make sure you guys are tuned in over there, and as always, the VODs will be uploaded here to YouTube, as well as the breakdowns after the fact. But if you are new here and you do like this content, as always, make sure you like, fave, subscribe, comment down below, hit the bell, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Take it easy, homies. Peace.
Bracket.